Alright. I guess I'll just do a review on the rifle itself and the optic here, all in one. And just kind of how I have this Springfield Saint set up. I am someone who does paint firearms. I don't paint all my firearms, just some of them. Just depending on how I'm feeling about it. I don't know. I did paint the handguard, the stock, pistol grip, and the scope mount. Honestly, just spray paint a sponge and some sealer over the top of it, and it's actually been holding up really well. But anyways, yeah, this is the Springfield Saint, the 16-inch barrel and 5.56. It's my favorite rifle. I typically prefer free float handguards, but I like the way this rifle's set up. I like the way it feels. I actually really enjoy this handguard. It just feels good running this rifle. I like it. So I guess we'll go stem to tip to butt, or whatever, as they say. So I got this comp muzzle brake on here, and it's a Gamma 5.56. It's the VG6. I'd actually gotten this for a different AR, but ended up putting it on here, and it's a great comp. I mean, it really flattens out this rifle. Not that 5.56 would be a very hard hitting in an AR. They're just set up so well to run pretty low recoil, but pretty girthy comp on it, and I like it. It runs good. I want to say that comp, I think it was like 50 or 60 bucks. I bought it in-house here. As you can see, the gas block front sight post, I cut it down. I just haven't taken the time to level it out and smooth it out and paint it and make it look decent. I did that with the intention of switching the gas block at some point, so that's not a permanent deal. Anyways, all the furniture on here, as far as the handguard, pistol grip, and stock, are all BCM furniture. I like it. I guess I might change the handguard someday in the future when I change up the gas block to put a free float, make it free float, but I don't know. I'm not in a rush to do that. Fauci flashlight, cheap flashlight. I'm not gonna lie to you, they're cheap. I've had this on here since I had the rifle, so we're talking 600-ish rounds probably through it with that light, and the light still runs great. It hasn't gotten, flickered out or it can handle the recoil. Now, I can't say that I've been doing, crazy drills and really beating the hell out of this rifle, because I haven't. I mean, I've taken it backpacking and hiking and camping and stuff, and it's held up. I have yet to go out at night and shoot with this yet, and that is going to be a video in the future here coming. So I will be doing that. Anyways, that's a Fauci weapons light, rifle weapons light. I actually don't even know the model number or anything on it. I can't remember, but $30 or something like that. You get the mount and the light, a couple of batteries, and a charging station to recharge your batteries. It's a pretty good deal. Best bang for your buck. I think it's pretty worth it. I'm not going to say it's the quality of, a Streamlight or a Surefire or anything, that's top of the line, but it works for me for now. Anyways, just running standard PMags. I don't even know what gen this is. Probably Gen 3. So I have a lot of Gen 2s, but it's been around 30 rounders, and I also run 40 round PMags in here when I'm feeling like getting crazy, I guess. Anyways, as far as the optic is concerned, this is a budget optic. I'm not afraid to buy some budget optics, but I will test them out, and if they aren't if they aren't quality, I'm not going to continue to run them. So this is the Monstrum LVPO 1-4 by 24. So it's just a 1-4 zoom on it. So I don't have this rifle set up for, real long range. Basically it's for up close and personal, out to 100 and 150 yards, maybe 200, just, depending on what kind of drill you're running, or if a shit hit the fan type scenario. I was just kind of looking at like, and shit hit the fan. I'm never looking to be in an engagement, so there's really no reason I'm going to be engaging people outside of, a couple 100 yards, honestly. And just the way I target shoot, I'd like to shoot steel, 50 yards, 100 yards, maybe 150. So this optic is great with that for the zoom. I've had this optic on here for probably 400 rounds or so. And during that time, I've taken the rifle apart, cleaned it, put it back together, put different triggers in and out. And it's held 0. And I shoot pretty good groups. I'm not the greatest shooter in the world. I'm not horrible. I went out shooting yesterday, and I put about a 2.5 inch group or so at 100 yards, standing though. But it's held 0. Great. And I can't remember what I paid for this. I want to say 150-ish or something like that. It's their lowest model. If I think I would have paid like another 30 or 40 bucks, I could have got the 1-6 with the illuminated reticle, but I went with this. It's just what I could afford at the time, and I'm happy with it. It has worked out excellent. I trust it to hold 0, and I can put some pretty good groups with it. It's half a click MOA for your windage and everything. Yeah, good optic. Not a bad thing to say about it, honestly. The trigger, I just switched it out of a different AR than I had, because I'm going to turn that one actually into more of a long range shooter. So I put the Franklin Armory binary trigger in here, just for having some fun, doing some mag dumps. And I do have the lightest spring that comes with it. For that, I don't have a meter to test trigger weight or nothing like that, but I do have the lightest spring in it, so it's not a real hard trigger. It's pretty soft. I mean, it doesn't take much to send it off. It's got a quick little reset right there. I mean, it's really a great trigger. And then obviously on binary mode, if you're not familiar with that, so you'll shoot, and obviously you engage the firing pin, it fires, runs your bolt, cycles back, and then as soon as you let go of the trigger, another round will fire. So technically, I guess you're getting off, twice as many rounds in the same amount of time as you normally would just pulling the trigger. Now with that trigger, you can't just go crazy and just pull the trigger as crazy as you want, because you'll outrun the bolt sometimes, and then you'll have to rerun the bolt to re-engage the trigger. So yeah, it takes a little practice, but fun trigger. I've had a blast with it. I don't use it a ton, obviously, because it's expensive to just go mag dumping, but it is fun on occasion to do that. And honestly, when I have been doing some drills, it is fun to do double taps on steel or paper targets, just to see where you're holding groups, quick target acquisition. So I like this trigger, and I think it's actually an applicable add-on to a rifle for shit hit the fan type stuff, because you still have your semi-auto, and it's a great trigger on semi-automatic. Like I said, it's a light trigger pull, quick reset. So you don't even have to run it in binary, but if you had to or wanted to, you could flip it to binary and do some suppressing and put some rounds down range. But yeah, that's my Springfield Saint in 5.56. Obviously, if you're starting to know my channel, I have quite the obsession with Springfield. There's plenty of other great companies that produce firearms out there. Matter of fact, there's tons. It's never been a greater time to be into firearms. But anyways, everything I have on here, I would recommend to anyone, whether it be a budget build or just throwing a rifle together that's trustworthy and you can rely on. So, anyways, so that's it. If there's any questions or anything you guys like to ask, feel free to hit it down in the comments. I'll definitely be able to respond to you, and we'll catch you guys next time.